Don't think the life of an R&B singer is all about great songs and glittering stage lights. Behind the sweet melodies lies a chaotic world few know about. As many as 21 prominent black stars have hidden a dark secret they dared not admit their whole lives: severe sex addiction. They were pulled into a whirlwind of desire, losing control, creating overlapping relationships and a series of shocking scandals. It's a manifestation of psychological turmoil, an unquenchable thirst for intimacy. You won't believe which R&B artists are about to appear on this list and what dragged them into this spiral of obsession. If you really want to know their personal stories, brace yourself mentally. You might just see them in a whole new light. 21. Ray Charles, the blind genius in a life of uncontrolled romance.
So I'm gonna have to take my thing and go. That's right, hit the road.
Ray Charles, an irreplaceable monument in American music history, revolutionized the industry with his unique voice, blending soul, R&B, and gospel. From the early 1950s, he stepped onto the path of fame with his talent and rebellious spirit. A blind artist who conquered the world with music, he won numerous prestigious Grammy Awards, but behind the dazzling stage lights was a decades-long string of personal tragedies, marked by tangled love affairs, scattered children, and a broken family after his passing. In 1951, he married Eileen Williams, but the marriage lasted a mere year. Why? Ray was obsessed with music, but worse, he couldn't curb his womanizing ways. A singer in his band captivated him, and so Williams left, leaving Ray to slide into a chain of uncontrolled relationships. In 1955, Ray married Della Robinson. They had 3 children together. But behind the facade of a peaceful family life was an underground hell. Over 22 years of marriage, Ray maintained romantic relationships with numerous other women. He fathered 12 children with 10 different women. Most notable was his illicit affair with Margie Hendricks, the lead singer of the Raylettes. When Della discovered Ray had a child with Margie in 1963, family conflict erupted. It wasn't just jealousy, it was a complete collapse of trust, and the honor of family conflict erupted. It wasn't just jealousy, it was a complete collapse of trust and the honor of a wife who had endured too long. From then on, the marriage limped toward its death, filled with tears and coldness, dragging on until it ended in 1977. Many experts speculate he may have suffered from sex addiction or impulse control disorder, a consequence of the temptation-filled artist's life and lack of self-restraint. But the tragedy didn't stop there. When Ray passed away in 2004, his 12 children, both legitimate and illegitimate, plunged into a battle over his estate. Lawsuits erupted. The children accused each other, accused their father of favoritism. The family sank into conflict and resentment, exposing a bitter truth: Ray Charles, who gave humanity timeless music, was powerless to preserve his family's happiness. In the end, what remained behind a legend were unfulfilled romances and children growing up with broken hearts. 20. Barry White, the king of love songs and the truth behind his sensual whispers. Barry White, the king of the deep voice, melted the world with his passionate love songs. With a string of timeless hits and as the mastermind behind Love Unlimited's success, Barry was not only famous for music but also a symbol of seduction. But behind that mesmerizing voice was a messy private life, piled high with tangled romances and endless scandals. From the 1960s, Barry White quietly entered married life with Mary White, but the relationship quickly dissolved in silence. In the years that followed, he had many lovers but never promised to go the distance with any. Not until 1974 did he marry Glodian James, a member of Love Unlimited, in a lavish wedding, seemingly settling down. But no, over nearly 30 years together, Barry kept getting entangled in extramarital affairs. In 1983, all secrets were torn open when Glodian discovered he'd fathered a child with another woman. The family drama became public fodder, but shockingly, they didn't divorce, they lived on together, in silence, like strangers in the same mansion, to protect his reputation and the music empire he'd built. Meanwhile, Barry continued his double life, having more children with other women, off stage. Barry wasn't just the nation's lover in music, he lived as a man obsessed with that image, constantly proving his allure through fleeting, unstoppable romances. Many experts believe Barry may have had mild sex addiction or impulse control disorder. The pressure to maintain the great lover image, the most seductive man on earth, combined with the colorful life of the entertainment industry, pushed him toward an unrestrained lifestyle. Some close to him hinted Barry couldn't live without being pursued. Perhaps the spotlight made him forget the boundaries of true happiness. When Barry passed away in 2003, the earthquake of his romantic habits rippled on. 9 children, from different mothers, dove into a legal battle for his estate. Some claimed abandonment. Others said he favored kids with glodian. Some questioned the will's legitimacy. The family fought for years, no one yielding. The press erupted, calling it the most horrific legacy battle of love in American music. 19. Isaac Hayes, soul legend and the shadow of 12 illegitimate children. Isaac Hayes was a soul music icon, a genius behind timeless hits, winning both an Oscar and Grammy. But behind the dazzling stage lights was a chaotic personal life with 4 wives, countless secret lovers, and 12 children from extramarital relationships. It began in 1965. Hayes married Emily Ruth Watson, his first wife, who believed in and supported him from his humble days, but that trust was crushed. The marriage lasted until 1970, when Emily collapsed completely upon learning Hayes had a child with another woman. She left 2 years later, carrying the pain of betrayal, while Hayes moved on as if nothing happened. Then came a string of short, broken marriages. Mignon Harley believed in love with him, but she too left, unable to bear his philandering. Finally, Ajawa Hayes, his 4th wife, entered his life, seeming like a lasting bond, but ghosts of the past never faded. Some psychologists speculated Hayes may have had compulsive sexual behavior disorder, seeking validation through romances to cope with career and societal pressures. Perhaps the spotlight kept him from stopping, and that very thing plunged him into an unsalvageable family tragedy. Isaac had 12 children, but that number didn't reflect a happy family. It was the result of loose, contentious relationships. Some kids didn't know their father until they were grown. Some accused Hayes of neglect, abandoning them and their mothers in silence. Many lived quietly on the fringes of his fame, unacknowledged. When Hayes died in 2008, the truth came out. His children legitimate and not threw themselves into a fierce estate battle. Some claimed they were excluded from the will. Others accused favoritism. The disputes splashed across headlines. In the end, a music legend was drowned by the fractured lives he left behind. 18. Al Green, soul legend and a burning love, too chilling to believe. Al Green was a golden voice of soul, with countless Billboard hits and an unshakable place in American music history. He won multiple Grammys, a symbol of sweetness and passion. But off the stage, his life was a chain of inescapable tragedies. In 1974, Al Green's life shattered when Mary Woodson, his secret lover, a married woman, showed up at his home with deadly jealousy. After Green refused to continue the relationship or marry her, Woodson poured boiling water on him while he showered. His skin badly burned. He was hospitalized in shock minutes after the attack. Woodson died in his home, leaving a haunting scene and a psychological scar that never healed. The incident shook America. Questions about their secret relationship. Green's chaotic and uncontrolled love life became tabloid fodder. 3 years later, Green married Shirley Kiles, but family life quickly turned to hell. Kiles accused him of abuse, control, and physical and emotional harm. Green didn't deny it, even admitting to affairs and children with other women during the marriage. After their 1983 divorce, former lovers emerged, along with children unclear if he acknowledged them. The public was stunned. From a romantic figure on stage, Green was exposed as a philanderer in a maze of messy relationships, unable to find a way out. Some doctors quietly suggested Green may have had compulsive sexual behavior disorder. His constant entanglement in murky relationships, inability to set emotional boundaries, and control over partners were clear signs. Perhaps he was fleeing old wounds, seeking absolute control in love, only to trap himself in an endless cycle of pain. 17. R. Kelly, from R&B king to convicted criminal sentenced to 30 years. R. Kelly was an R&B icon with chart-topping hits and prestigious awards. He stood at the peak of his career with a unique voice and impressive songwriting. But behind the glory was a nightmare that chilled America, as sickening secrets slowly came to light. It started in 1994 when Kelly secretly married singer Aaliyah, then just 15 years old. He was nearly 30. It wasn't just an illegal marriage, it was the first shock exposing a murky relationship between a star and a minor. Aaliyah's family intervened, annulling it. From 1996, Kelly married Andrea Lee. They had 3 children, but the marriage turned to hell. Andrea accused Kelly of beating, threatening, and controlling her like part of a sick system. After the divorce, Andrea spoke out, the final straw Kelly couldn't deny. But that was just the tip of the iceberg, with the truth unfolding over nearly 3 decades. Then came testimonies, evidence, and videos, showing Kelly didn't stop at his wife. Countless young girls were lured, held in his home, controlled completely: time, food, clothes. Some said he acted like a puppet master, building a system to dominate young women, stripping them of identity. Woman after woman, video after video, evidence piled up. In 2021, Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison for trafficking, abuse, and illegal sexual activity. Many doctors suggested Kelly might have antisocial personality disorder paired with sex addiction. He didn't just seek satisfaction, he needed to control, dominate, turning others into puppets. His star status only fueled his power to manipulate. This wasn't just a moral or legal story, it was the brutal truth of an artist living a double life: sweet on stage, obsessive backstage. 16. Sam Cooke, legendary star, dead in a scandalous love affair. Sam Cooke was America's brightest black music icon, with a velvet voice and blockbuster hits. He paved the way for a generation of artists, success, wealth, thousands of women chasing him. But behind the glory, his life was chaos, marked by betrayal, one-night stands, and a controversial death like no other. In 1953, Cooke married Dolores Mohawk, but within years, the marriage collapsed due to his obsession with career and women. By the 1957 divorce, Mohawk had endured too much betrayal to face him in court. Cooke casually moved to his second marriage with Barbara Campbell in 1959. They had 2 kids, seeming stable, but no. Offstage, he drowned in endless flings, with young lovers and even illegitimate children. The tragedy peaked on December 11, 1964, when Cooke was shot dead at a Los Angeles motel. The woman with him that night, Elisa Boyer, wasn't his wife or long-term lover, just someone he'd just met. She claimed he attacked her, so she fled, prompting the motel manager to shoot in self-defense. But many didn't buy it. Theories arose Boyer stole money, staged it all to kill Cooke and cover tracks. Police closed the case quickly, but the public's doubts lingered. He died with no wallet, no shoes, just a half-worn jacket. A cold, strange, murky end. Then psychologists spoke up. No official diagnosis, but some experts noted his relentless philandering, thrill-seeking, and disregard for consequences might signal sex addiction or behavioral disorder. No one could confirm, but they suggested he'd lost control, especially rising to fame so young, under immense pressure. His choices, even taking a girl he'd just met to a motel, reeked of unusual recklessness, as if he couldn't sense danger, and that led to his demise. 15. Marvin Gaye, soul legend with suspected sex addiction and scandal with a 17-year-old. Marvin Gaye, one of soul music's greatest icons, had a sweet, soulful voice and timeless hits like Let's Get It On and What's Going On, a Motown superstar, adored by critics and fans. But behind the glory, his life was a mess. In 1963, Marvin married Anna Gordy, sister of Motown's boss. It seemed a golden bond for love and career, but it crumbled fast. Marvin dove into affairs to escape the pressure of a powerful wife. In 1973, he sparked a shocking relationship with 17-year-old Janice Hunter while still married to Anna. He flaunted the affair, ignoring criticism. Anna was furious. The public was stunned. The 1977 divorce became a media earthquake, especially when Anna demanded all proceeds from Here. My Dear, an album Gaye wrote about their broken marriage. Life with Janice wasn't calm either. They had 2 kids, married after his divorce, but split 4 years later as he kept cheating, battled drug addiction, and grew erratic. Janice later said Gaye controlled and manipulated her for years. Nights drowned in drugs, paranoia, endless fights. Gay destroyed it all himself. Psychologists later suggested he might have had sex addiction or severe emotional disorder from childhood trauma and showbiz pressure. No one could confirm, but Marvin Gaye's life was clearly a chain of mistakes, addiction, and unhealed pain until it ended with a bullet from his own father's hand. 14. Stevie Wonder, music genius with a maze-like private life. 9 kids, 5 mothers, 3 marriages, and shocking affairs. Stevie Wonder is a living legend, a global music icon with classics like Superstition, I Just Called to Say I Love You, and Isn't She Lovely? But behind the dazzling stage, his life was far from smooth. In 1970, Stevie Wonder suddenly married Syreeta Wright, a promising Motown singer, but in under 2 years, it collapsed. Syreeta left heartbroken, enduring lonely nights, unexplained absences, and endless rumors of Stevie with other women. He sank deep into relentless romantic flings by the late 70s. Wonder bonded with Yolanda Simmons, who bore his daughter Aisha inspiration for Isn't She Lovely? But before Aisha turned 1, Melody McCulley, another woman, gave him another child. Through the 80s and 90s, Stevie lived amid tangled relationships, kids born one after another, each with a different mother. In 2001, he settled with Kai Millard, a famed designer. It seemed stable, but scandals erupted. Kai found him cheating with Tamika Bracey, later his third wife. The divorce dragged 4 years, tangled in child custody, property disputes, and exposed secrets. Then Stevie married Tamika, had more kids, totaling 9, with 5 women. The public buzzed, some slammed his rampant womanizing. Others wondered, was this sex addiction a result of fame's pressure and a loveless childhood no one knows? All we know, Stevie Wonder's list of lovers stretched longer than his hits. 13. Bobby Womack, music genius, shocking the world by marrying his best friend's wife and cheating with her daughter. Bobby Womack was a soul music icon, part of countless legendary songs and a close friend of Sam Cooke. With a mesmerizing voice and brilliant songwriting, he hit the peak of glory, seeming born to be a legend. But behind the shine was a string of scandals that rocked the industry. In 1965, while music mourned Sam Cooke's death, Bobby Womack stunned all by marrying Barbara Campbell Cooke's widow just 77 days after the funeral. No one could believe a man so close to Cooke did this. Friends turned away. Peers shunned him. Womack's image crashed instantly. But it didn't stop there. In 1970, the marriage to Barbara shattered in an even more shocking twist. Barbara caught Womack secretly involved with her daughter, Linda Cooke. When the truth broke, Barbara shot at Womack. He survived by luck, but not the cost. His reputation was torn apart. Linda later married Womack's brother Cecil, pushing the family drama to a chaotic peak. Womack's love life never normalized. After the divorce, he drowned in messy relationships, fathering kids everywhere, even after remarrying Gina Womack in 1978. Then pain struck harder. His son Truth died young from drugs. In 1986, another son, Vincent, took his own life. These deaths raised big questions about the fallout of a chaotic, broken family lacking true love. Some say deep in Bobby Womack's mind was a soul badly wounded from the past. His boundary-breaking behavior, choices stacked with moral conflict, might not just be nature but signs of lost control, an addiction to emotion, to drama, and that destroyed the legend he once was. 12. James Brown, funk king and a haunting chain of tragedies behind the spotlight. James Brown, one of the 20th century's greatest music icons, blazed the trail for funk and soul with electrifying hits and wild performances, influencing hip-hop too. But behind the fame was a stormy life, scandals, and broken relationships that stunned all. In 1953, James Brown married Velma Warren as an unknown artist, but as fame grew, he vanished from family, leaving wife and kids in loneliness, casually fathering children with other women. The first marriage ended in 1969 after Warren caught him cheating repeatedly. In the 70s, Brown married Deidre Jenkins, but it didn't last. In 1984, he entered his third marriage with Adrienne Rodriguez, and here began a true hell. Adrienne not only accused James Brown of cheating but also of brutal beatings. In 1988, he was arrested for domestic violence, his image crumbling publicly. Still, it didn't end. After divorcing Adrian, he married longtime lover Tommy Ray Heine in 2001. But tragedy exploded after Brown's 2006 death. Tommy Ray was found not fully divorced from her prior husband, questioning the marriage's legality. Her son with Brown was dragged into a fierce, years-long estate battle, splitting the family. Brown was thought to have a personality disorder, unable to control sexual and power urges. He wasn't just addicted to the stage, but to dominating others. With 9 kids from many women, 4 marriages, and countless abuse cases, James Brown left a brilliant music legacy and a controversial personal one. 11. Rick James, funk king sunk in sex, drugs, and violence. Rick James, a funk icon, exploded with fiery hits, a wild style, and a one-of-a-kind life. But behind the stage, energy was a scandal-filled life, tangled with messy relationships. From the 70s, Rick James lived like there was no tomorrow. He married Sarita Wright in a brief union, then left it behind without looking back. He roamed through fleeting flings, blurring love and sex. By the late 90s, he married Tanya Hijazi, seeming solid, but really a brutal storm. In 1991, it blew up when Rick and Tanya were arrested for kidnapping and assaulting a woman. The press reeled at claims tied to twisted sexual acts behind closed doors. James went to prison, his career crashing hard, his glory drowned in the lifestyle he once flaunted. Meanwhile, rumors swirled of a boundary-crossing bond with singer Tina Marie. No one confirmed it, but their onstage looks and closeness fueled talk. Many believed they loved passionately while James was married, adding to the chaos. In 2004, Rick James died suddenly of heart failure. But truth was, his body was worn down by decades of drugs, sex, and endless partying. Doctors saw signs of sex addiction, filling soul voids with extreme pleasure. After his death, kids from different women fought over his estate, a broken family, a fallen legend. Rick James remains a symbol of a life self-burned to ashes. 10. Donna Summer, disco queen and a web of hidden love scandals. Donna Summer, an undeniable disco icon, left a deep mark with world-shaking hits. However, behind the glittering stage was a complex personal tale. Short-lived romances, secret affairs, and endless controversy. Donna's love story wasn't as smooth as her career. In 1973, she married Austrian actor Helmut Sommer, soon having daughter Mimi, but the marriage didn't last. After 3 years, it broke apart amid claims of Donna's cheating and clashing cultures and lifestyles. Notably, Donna kept the Sommer name, tweaking it to Summer for her stage persona, enraging Helmut, who accused her of exploiting his name, a quiet but thorny dispute behind her stellar career. It didn't stop there. The 70s saw Donna Summer rise as the free-spirited disco queen. She had unclear ties with music industry folks, secret flings hidden but tabloid fuel. Hits like Hot Stuff and Love to Love You, Baby stormed charts and sparked debate for suggestive content. This cemented her image seductive yet scandalous. Not until 1980, marrying Bruce Sudano, did Donna's life steady, adding 2 daughters. But the chaotic years left deep marks. Doctors and experts suggested her cheating and wild lifestyle, reliant on sex, might have coped with entertainment's pressure, a psychological storm few saw. Those years turned her life into a tangled film of glory and unerasable shadows. 9. Usher, R&B king and an endless chain of love scandals. Usher, a top R&B star, conquered stages with blockbuster hits and unmatched charisma. But beyond fame's glow, his personal life was a string of drama and scandals. Usher's first marriage to stylist Tamika Foster lasted just 2 years, 2007 to 2009. But it wasn't a simple split, it was a media war, tight as a wire. Foster boldly accused Usher of serial cheating, with many in the industry a web of secret lovers. The divorce became a focal point, with her demanding custody and huge support, turning it into a tearful, distrustful fight. Behind it, many wondered, could Usher not control himself? Digging deeper, before Foster, Usher had a high-profile romance with Chili of TLC from 2001 to 2004. It ended messily when Chili found him cheating. Then came the Confessions album, like a confession, spilling how he was caught cheating, impregnating a lover, Tracks like Confessions Part 2 stormed not just for melody, but for the personal scandal they unveiled. In 2017, Usher's sex life scandal peaked when he was sued for allegedly spreading herpes to at least one woman. The multi-million-dollar claim crushed his image. Beyond cheating, he faced dangerous health accusations. Experts guess this pattern wasn't just philandering, but signs of psychological issues, sex addiction, or lost control under showbiz pressure. 8. Ronald Isley, love tragedy and age gap war of the Isley Brothers legend. Ronald Isley, the irreplaceable leader of the Isley Brothers, had a brilliant career but a stormy personal life. 3 marriages, 2 kids, and countless complex ties made his story messier than ever. After a brief, quiet first marriage, in 1993, Isley wed second wife Angela Winbush, a famed singer, but happiness lasted until 2002 when cheating scandals erupted. Candy Johnson, a singer 35 years younger, not only became his lover, but his third wife in 2005. The huge age gap and Candy replacing Angela split the Isley family and stirred the public. Scandals led doctors to suggest Isley was fleeing age with risky romances, clinging to power and vitality through sex, showing a midlife crisis tied to serious psychological issues. 7. Wilson Pickett, soul legend's messy life drowned in scandals and violence. Wilson Pickett, a soul legend, famed for groundbreaking hits full of raw emotion, but off-stage, his life was endless trouble, with 3 messy marriages and at least 4 kids with different women. From the 1960s, Pickett dove into uncontrolled cheating, ending his first marriage to Bonnie Covington in pain and chaos. Touring life brought countless tangled ties, with abuse claims piling up, peaking with a 1987 arrest for attacking a lover. Beyond that, after his 2006 death, kids from various women battled for his estate, exposing a fractured family tragedy. Truth emerged. Doctors once thought Pickett might have had impulse control disorder, trapped by fame's pressure and a chaotic life, unable to hold a normal bond. 6. Otis Redding, soul legend cut short with a love tragedy. Otis Redding, a soul giant, crafted timeless hits in a short career, married to Zelma Atwood but a messy private life throughout. He had 4 kids with multiple women, including a shocking illegitimate child after his death. Turns out on tour, Redding was accused of constant cheating, pushing the marriage to a dead end. His tragic 1967 plane crash death opened Pandora's box. As Zelma found proof of a secret child via legal papers, she struggled alone raising 3 kids while facing bitter disputes from her husband's wild past. Doctors thought his cheating wasn't just deceit or sex addiction, but impulsive behavior in touring's tempting world. But saying that now means little, as the weight of his unchecked life fell on Zelma's shoulders. 5. Babyface, the man of endless love scandals. Babyface, an R&B legend, created countless hits, but his personal life was stormy, married 3 times, with 3 kids from 2 wives. He was also called an unmatched philanderer. Babyface's love story was tangled, especially his decade-plus marriage to Tracy Edmonds, shattered by cheating. Toni Braxton, a famed colleague, got dragged into romance rumors, crushing his romantic man image. Even marrying Nicole Pantenberg in 2014 didn't brighten things, as more affairs extended his scandal list. Doctors once suspected Babyface wasn't just a player, but followed an obsessive pattern, seeking validation through sex, a way to stay alive in showbiz's high-stakes game. 4. Lionel Richie, pop legend and a love life stacked with scandals. Lionel Richie, a pop icon with countless hits, went through 3 marriages and had 3 kids with 2 wives, but his personal life was messy, full of controversy and shocking affairs. Richie's love life was like an action flick. Married to Brenda Harvey, adopting Nicole Richie, but it broke when Brenda caught him cheating with Diane Alexander, sparking a shocking 1988 fight. Richie then wed Diane, but couldn't escape the affair cycle, leading to a loud 2004 divorce with claims of neglect and non-stop philandering. Family tension spread to adopted daughter Nicole, with her own scandals, addiction, and eating disorders. Doctors suspected Richie was obsessed with a seductive image, using romances to dodge fame's pressure, showing constant insecurity. 3. Smokey Robinson, Motown legend and a shocking string of affairs. Smokey Robinson, a Motown icon with timeless hits, had 3 marriages and 3 kids. But behind the glory, his personal life wasn't as pretty, with shocking affair scandals. No one expected the nearly 3-decade marriage to Claudette Rogers to collapse in 1986 due to stunning affairs. In 1984, when Claudette found Smokey had an illegitimate child, Motown shook. Diana Ross was named in steamy 70s affair rumors, though both denied it. These scandals cracked his image and hinted at inner turmoil, not just cheating, but a deep craving for emotion neglected in a long marriage. Maybe a fleeting burst of an unstable soul, not a severe disorder, but no denying he once drowned in sex like that. 2. Chris Brown, music star tangled in shocking love and violence scandals. Chris Brown, a chart-topping singer, never married but has 3 kids with 3 women. Truth emerged after a February 2009 violence scandal, when Brown stunned the world by beating girlfriend Rihanna, injuring her badly before the Grammys. It rocked the globe, landing Brown on probation. But that wasn't all. His love life stayed troubled. With a long bond to Karrueche Tran he kept betraying. The peak came in 2015 when Tran split after learning Brown had a child with Nia Guzman. 3 kids, 3 women, overlapping ties, pointing to sex addiction and emotional control issues. Experts suspect impulse control problems, causing pain not just for Brown but those around him. 1. Erykah Badu, soul queen with a stormy life and tangled romances. Erykah Badu, a neo-soul icon, never married but has 3 kids with 3 famed men, Andre 3000 the Doc and Jay Electronica. Her late 90s bond with Andre 3000 yielding son 7 was a storm when Badu was accused of cheating with others, including the Doc. It didn't stop there. 3 kids, 3 fathers. Overlapping ties birthed the Badu effect, an unofficial hip-hop term, hinting she wrecked rappers' bonds. Her free image, wild lifestyle, and songs like Tyrone fueled debate. Doctors guessed her loose sex life might stem from a fierce need for emotional and creative spark. Not a true disorder, but whatever the cause, Badu's life is knotted tight. See, behind the glory are dark corners no one dares face. This isn't just personal, it's a whole shadowy side of R&B exposed. Who do you think was the most sex-addicted on this list? Drop a comment with your thoughts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because the secrets I'll reveal in upcoming videos will be even more shocking. This is just the tip of the iceberg.